Hi, I'm Matt Jacobson, and I'm traveling across the country to the homes of the billionaire Cargill Macmillan family to get them to stop the destruction of South America's forests. As I traveled across the country delivering messages from the Amazon to the owners of the industrial giant Cargill, Cargill's employees were also on the move. According to an analysis by The Guardian and DeSmog, last week more than 200 lobbyists from the agriculture sector descended on Azerbaijan for the world's largest climate conference, COP29. Their goal? To influence global climate policy to ensure they keep profiting from the destruction of the world's forests and the degradation of its land. Industrial agriculture is responsible for somewhere between 25 and 30% of global greenhouse gas emissions. That's more than the entire transportation sector, more than all the cars, planes, trains, buses, and boats in the world combined. And a leading contributor to that amount is the destruction of the world's forests to make way for industrial plantations. According to Matt Jacobson, Brazil's most respected land monitoring institute, over the last 5 years, Brazil lost more than 32,000 square miles of native vegetation. That's an area larger than the state of Maine, and more than 97% of that was driven by agriculture. The majority of it wasn't for human consumption, but for animal feed. According to Satelligence, a geospatial monitoring institute that works with Cargill, soy-driven deforestation in Brazil has quadrupled from 150 square miles in 2020 to 600 square miles in 2023. During that same time period, Cargill more than doubled its profits in Brazil. No wonder they're sending lobbyists to climate talks. Perhaps the greatest tragedy of all of this is that it's completely unnecessary. It's been demonstrated time and again that there are already enough deforested and degraded land in South America, more than 1.5 billion acres in Latin America, to expand industrial agriculture production without destroying any more land or forests. Look, corporations are impersonal institutions. I don't expect them to make change just because it's good or the right thing to do. That's why we're pinning our hopes on real people with children and grandchildren who live in communities and have the power to make real change. Cargill is the largest industrial agriculture company in the world and the largest privately owned company in America. The Cargill Macmillans own 90% of Cargill. They have the power to make dramatic change. Right now, I'm in their hometown of Minneapolis, Minnesota, where Cargill has its headquarters and where a large number of the members of the family live or have residences. These include Elizabeth McMillan Schmidt, Sarah McMillan, John Cargill McMillan, Austin Cargill II, David D. McMillan, Gwendolyn Santamayer, Marianne Liebman, Daniel McMillan, and Christopher McMillan. Together, these people have tens of billions of dollars. Their family has more billionaires than any other in the world, and each year they make hundreds of millions more in dividends alone. From their wealth and their control of the global food supply, they're some of the most powerful people in the world, and they have the power to make real change. Today I delivered posters to their home, hand-painted by indigenous people in South America from the ashes of forests destroyed to make way for plantations. These messages call on the Cargill Macmillan family to take control of their company and end the destruction. Maybe, just maybe, they'll read them with an open heart. Left on its own, Cargill will just continue to send lobbyists to climate conferences to prevent change. But maybe the Cargill Macmillan family can change that. We hope so. And maybe these posters can help make a difference. Next stop, Birchwood, Wisconsin for the special Cheerios edition.